I couldn't just let it go on without a prediction video. Is it just me though, on a side note, or does my camera just keep getting bigger every video? I don't know. But I digress. Who do I believe is going to win this fight? Well, I'm about to put my prediction up with Kovalev beating my boy, this ain't your yard boy, because he fought wrong. My new record for predictions is I'm 15 right out of 19, so I'm 15-4. I'm putting my predictions on the line with this fight to try to push up to 16 out of 20 and being correct where I think Shawn Porter is going to take this fight. Now, let me say this disclaimer beforehand. Could Porter get cheated on the scorecards? Yes, it's very possible. Spence is younger. Spence has a bigger name. Spence has a bigger following. They're both in-house. So if it came down to a close fight, I do see them giving it to Spence. Or if Porter hasn't completely dominated the rounds, even if he wins the rounds, if he doesn't dominate the rounds, I see them giving it to Spence. So I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. I see a controversial win on points to Spence. Now, what do I believe is going to happen? And I've been saying this from the jump with Spence. I don't believe he's as good as he is. Now, when you want to compare like opponents, we could do that, but let's just go to Kell Brook. I feel like Porter did much better against Brook than Spence did. Well, what do you mean? Hold on, that's not right. What? Spence knocked Brook out. Brook is orbital. Porter didn't do that. Porter lost. That is correct. But there's a huge difference here. And what's that difference? The Brook that Porter fought was in perfect condition, was in perfect health, was in prime real estate, ready to go. Now the Kell Brook that Spence fought was half dead, weight drained, lost a tremendous amount of muscle. See, what people don't understand is there's a huge difference in losing water weight or body fat than there is losing muscle. When you start to cut off muscle really quickly and you're losing muscle weight back to back, and then you fight or you do anything, whether it's running, swimming, whatever your sport is, if you lose a lot of muscle, it will sap you and you will lose. You will not perform because now you are weight drained. And that's what happened to Kell Brook. But even with a half-dead Kell Brook, he was schooling Spence. He was bobbing and weaving on him, catching him here, catching him there. But Brook didn't have any power on his punches. He was throwing pillows. Something we've never seen from Brook before, and it's because he was too weight drained from jumping up to Triple G, looking like he had been on steroids, then to losing it all. It is what it is. So in my opinion, Porter did a better job against a better Kell Brook. People can argue that with me, but I don't really care. This is my opinion. It's not going to sway or change. Now, what I see going on in this fight is Spence having a lot of problems. Spence looking very average. Because what Kell Brook exposed and what little teeny Mikey Garcia showed, if you move, Spence has problems hitting you. And Spence is there to be hit if you can bob and weave coming in, because Spence is very straight up and down. He's like a walking board that comes towards you. And the thing about it is, if you look at these weigh-ins that just happened, to me, it looks like Porter actually lost more weight than Brook did. Porter looked a lot more, what would it be, emaciated. How his face was all shrunken in, and he just looked a lot worse on the scale to me than Brook did. Brook looked like he lost weight a lot easier, which is weird because he's the taller guy, so you would think he's the bigger guy, but I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I think Porter might actually carry more weight on him out of fight. So with that being said, what I see happening is Porter, I don't see him fighting from the outside like he's done switching up the styles. I see him being the bully, I'm going to hit you with my head, I'm going to hit you with my elbows type fight, where he's going to bull charge and get in on Spence to exploit him not being able to be defensively sound and move out of the way of punches. I think Porter more than likely will win on points. I don't really think he can knock Spence out, although we have never really seen Spence beat up enough to where we know if he's got a chin or not, where we know if he's got heart or not. Spence pretty much has made a good account of himself thus far against lower tier opponents, in my opinion. I think Porter has experience going for him, and he might possibly have the strength going for him. We're going to have to see. But I've never really seen Porter muscled by anybody. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. Once again, I'll put my predictions on the line, 15 and 19. Will I go to 15 and 20, or will I go to 16 and 20? It's yet to be seen. But I see Porter getting close, to recap, getting close, working the body, working the head, staying on Spence like glue. I don't think Spence can knock Porter out, especially if Porter starts moving on the outside like he does from time to time. And every strength, or excuse me, let me say this. Every weakness Porter has, Spence does not have the style to exploit it. From his stance to the way he moves and boxes, I see a huge advantage in this going to Porter. Speed, Porter. Durability is up in the air, but Porter always makes a good account of himself as well when it's taking damage. I don't see Spence doing this, but we'll see if I'm right or wrong. And then hopefully the winner will go after the number one. The number one. Who's the number one welterweight? Manny Pacquiao. Nah, it ain't Manny Pacquiao. Crawford. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the winner will fight Crawford. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what y'all think. I think y'all are going to see a boxing lesson being taught. And to me, Porter, although I say this all the time, sparring doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. You see all the time that guys who get the better of guys in sparring always lose when it comes to the real fight. But the confidence and the cockiness that Porter has going against Spence is really telling me something that none of us have seen that Porter knows going in. So, being that they have been around each other in sparring and training and everything else, I see it in Porter's eyes where he looks like this is going to be an easy fight because he already knows him. So I could be wrong, but let's see how it goes down. That's my 2 cents. That's how I see it. And like always, before I close this video, to the 2 people who always give me the 2 thumbs down, this is the 4th video, which means you've got 8 opportunities today to put thumbs down. So like always, I do it for y'all the most. I'm out.